Hello everyone, I want to talk today about a feature I'm really excited about that we call composable dashboards in Robusta. But before I talk about that, let me talk about the problem, which is something I call dashboard hell. And what dashboard hell is when you have a ton of different dashboards, one for each and every one of your microservices. And the reason this happens is because typically you have like one general master microservice dashboard, right? And in that master microservice dashboard, you have like all the stuff you want to see on the Kubernetes dashboard. You have on their CPU, you have memory, you have network usage, you have all these other things, right? But then, like the team that actually uses that dashboard, application teams, they say, well, that's missing our application stuff. So what do? They take that dashboard, they fork it, they clone it, they create a copy, and now they have their own private instance of that dashboard that they maintain over time. And over time, every team ends up doing that because every team has custom metrics, and you end up with a state where you have all these dozens or hundreds of dashboards, and you can't make changes to any of them. Like let's say you find a bug in one of the metrics on the network, or you want to add a new metric that it's available to everyone because now you like added on Istio as your service mesh, for example, right? Well, you can't do that because everyone has all these private dashboards. So the solution for that is something called composable dashboards. And essentially what it does is it builds up dashboards based on rules and kind of puts together the final dashboard based on that logic. So you can define different parts of the dashboard according to each person's responsibility. And it's a little hard to explain that. So let me just show you what I mean by that. So here I have a microservice dashboard. In this case, I'm looking at the dashboard for Prometheus. So we have here a bunch of standard things. We have resources, right? CPU, memory. We have here availability metrics like Kubernetes restarts, probe failures, and so on. And what I want to do is I want to add on essentially a metric that's specific to this application. This application I'm looking at here is Prometheus. So typically I would like take this whole dashboard, the standard dashboard, I would fork it, I would customize it, but then I'm maintaining different copies of the dashboard. But instead what I can do is I can use a rules-based approach. So I'm just going to define a new graph, and I'm going to call it active Prometheus metrics. And what I want to do is I want to put in here a metric that's internal to Prometheus. Prometheus scrapes itself and it monitors itself, and this is called the TSDB head series. And that essentially tells me how many different metrics is Prometheus currently tracking. Okay, so far this just looks like normal. And here's the magic part, is I can define here rules for which microservices this should show up on. So I could define, for example, that this should show up on every cluster in any namespace where I have an application with this name. And just like that, I built this composable dashboard, and now if I switch clusters, I can switch here to a different cluster, and that would just reload, and I still have that same custom dashboard over here, right? Now you can think through how powerful this is. You could define a rule here for like all the Java applications. Now every Java application will automatically get the right Java metrics on their dashboard. You can define a rule like for every cluster that has Istio installed. Now the Istio data always shows up, and what that means is that every application developer only has to go in one place. He only has to look at one dashboard, and that dashboard will, just like magic, have all the right metrics in one place, and it'll show them everything that's available for that application. So that's a really powerful way of defining dashboards, really composing them together, and it's really a lot more aligned with how most teams really think about operating Kubernetes and like kind of that service-based approach. Here's my microservice, show me everything that's related to that microservice that I should care about, instead of having to like search for the information across many different dashboards. So that's this feature in a nutshell, and I hope you enjoy using it.